Join us for Coffee Convo, your weekly dose of engaging discussions over a warm cup of coffee. Every Friday at 8 p.m., we dive into thought-provoking topics, share personal stories, and have fun, meaningful conversations with special guests. Whether you're a coffee lover or just enjoy a good chat, this is the perfect place to unwind and connect. Grab your favorite brew, tune in, and let's talk. Coffee Convo, where every sip sparks a new conversation. Don't miss out. Stream live and join the conversation.
Pull up a chair, grab your favorite brew, and join the realest youth talk show around. Coffee Convo is your space to speak up, dive deep, and vibe out with bold, brilliant minds like yours. From culture and creativity to mental health, relationships, and world issues. No topics off the table. Every episode is raw, real, and inspiring. Tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. Coffee Convo, where every sip sparks a new conversation.
Join us.
Hello viewers, thank you for joining us tonight. This is a Coffee Convo. This is a Friday that we all gather, have a discussion, have a real life experience. Feel free to join us. At Prime GTV, so that you can be able to discuss various matters that will help us grow in every area of our lives. And today, being the Friday, remember this is an advert that we had made earlier. We have a discussion that entails more so upon our young generation. And our topic today is about dating with a purpose. And to help me break this motion down, in studio tonight, I have my guest that everyone will have a chance to introduce themselves. This is a panel that will help us break and understand word by word. They are so young and energetic people. So kindly, my guest, feel free. Welcome to Prime GTV. This is your day. I am your host, Obtic Salongo. And in studio, I have my guest. Let me give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. Starting from my far right, kindly introduce yourself and face the camera so that our viewers can be able to see you.
Okay, my name is Rosa Tenesi, and I am happy to be here today.
Okay. Followed by our gentleman.
Thank you. My name is Emmanuel Andrew. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Hello everyone,
Yes.
My name is Shalom Nyonga and it's a pleasure being here.
Welcome.
Hello, I'm Amon Rotieno.
Hello everyone, my name is Sylvia Wangare and I am happy to be here.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction and introducing yourself. So, just want us to begin this conversation. You know, these are conversations that touches the young generation, more so the age of 18 to 25. We believe at this age, this is a period where people are in that group, let me say adolescent stage. Some of them are in a hurry to date. Dating is not wrong, but now the question is the purpose of you dating. So maybe if I start from my far right, that is our guest, if I may pose this question to you, kindly help us define this term of dating with purpose. According to your own understanding, what does it mean, dating with a purpose?
Okay, in my understanding
Yes.
and in my personal view, dating with purpose is basically whereby you decide to evaluate gradually a person who you are intending to get into a relationship with or who you're already in a relationship with on whether you are compatible on values, whether you are compatible on lifestyle, and also whether you're compatible on the commitment that you wish to have in that kind of relationship that you are getting into together. So that is my view on what dating with purpose is.
Having understood that intro, maybe a gentleman can give us his way of thinking about this dating with a purpose. Your view as a man.
Okay, thank you for me.
Yes.
Okay, it's having a clear understanding of what you want and having a clear intention. Yeah.
Having a clear mind, having a clear indication of whatever you want in a relationship.
Yeah.
So if now that one brings us to this critical point of according to what we have said, is having a clear indication. If I narrow this down and ask, do you think the people in between that age of 18 to 25, do they date with a purpose? Maybe our sister Shalom can help us break it down hapo kidogo.
Okay, thank you for that. I would like to generally say from the age of 18 to 25, most people are in their exploratory stage. Most of them don't date with purpose. They are here there to like see the good, just moving from, most of them you find them, they're moving from one relationship to another, trying to get a gist and enjoy what life is. But for majority of the young men and women at that age, they're not dating with purpose. They just are going with the flow, seeing how many they can date, how many they can be with, while they just say that they're too young to commit. Yeah, that is my take.
Too young to commit. So does this mean, do people feel like they're in a rush with dating with the purpose to get married? Do you think like marriage is one of the purpose why people date? Maybe our sister Shalom, our sister Sylvia can help us. Do you think people are in a rush so they want to date and go for marriage?
Thank you for that. I think it depends with how you view with the way you view dating, because some of us may date with a name to get married, and some will date with a name of not getting married. As the way my sister has said, with that just to try to experiment. So it will depend. If you want to get married, you will date for marriage, and if you don't want to get married, you can just date for fun. So it depends. We can't generalize everything.
You cannot generalize everything. So we understand the purpose of us dating. We have different ambitions. Someone dates for the purpose of marriage. People are focused to that aspect of marriage, which is a right thing. We don't disagree. So maybe this dating, the datings, it started long way ago, but here now we have taken it to a little bit different direction because we are considering the age. Though I know some started way back, the moment they were in class 6 and they were taught the human body, so akili kachangamka, that adolescent stage and everything iliwabeba. But maybe to my brother here on my left, what's your aspect?
As for me,
yes,
I will say that on that aspect of dating, you know, it is a stage in life that people usually undergo, and I know that it is also a challenge that many people face. Some may face rejection, and they will never give an attempt of coming back because they will feel heartbroken. But I will say that it's a good experience because when you date, you have that experience. You see, you also prepare yourself for the future life. So regarding having different ambitions, so as a young child, you cannot say that you are dating with the purpose of marriage because you are too young at that particular time. So maybe having just that experience because you cannot maybe say postpone it or something like that. Yeah.
So according to you, your version, for those that have not yet put their mind or focus on their purpose why dating, they should just do it for fun. Since they're trying to discover here and there, that stage, you know, that's time your body is trying to adapt to the new environment and such kind of activity. Okay, that is your take, and we respect your point on that. So if I bring now my second question, putting in mind this aspect of dating with purpose, now I want to consider choosing a partner when dating with purpose. What are some of the things that ladies consider at this point? Maybe we start back again to my sister on the right.
Okay, thank you for your question. On what aspects, or rather what qualities do ladies look for when they are choosing a partner whom they want to date with purpose, I presume? Okay, one of the qualities I think ladies look out for or would appreciate is you have to be consistent in your actions. You have to match your words with the words that you tell us, oh, I love you and whatnot, with the actions that you're taking in order to fast forward, or rather, in order to make effort in the relationship. Then also another key aspect that they look for is Are you a good communicator? Are you able to handle any conflicts that we have? Because conflict is inevitable. We are two people coming separate now as one. Are you able to handle the small flaws or small weaknesses that will show up now that we are in a partnership? And also another quality that ladies might look out for in a partner or a potential partner would be, are you able to commit? Are you looking at the long-term goals or the long-term effect or the long-term outcome of the relationship? Because at one point in time, yes, we are dating right now, but is there longevity aspect herein? Are we just dating for fun? If that is the case, let us talk of it, or let's consider it right now. If you are looking for long-term commitment and I'm not looking for that, we should also talk on that and agree on that. Also, we should be able to work on each other's, or rather you should work on your personal goals in the relationship and also on shared goals in the relationship. So you help me and I help you in your in our shared goals and also in our personal goals, so that we gear each other together, or rather we see each other together in our self-development and also mutual development.
Wow. That's a nice feedback. So as we just try to elaborate on that kidogo, it is when we go for dating, we have to choose our partners carefully. In the essence of we need to know the level of their anger. If someone provokes them, how do you handle such scenarios? These are some of the things that people sometimes tend to assume when they're in that talking stage. Yeah, but just trying to look at the aspect of finding a partner that you want to date. Everyone has their own perspective that they look for someone. Our sister has told us a lot about it, and I don't know if to our brother now he has the same concept. What may be your take on a lady before you engage them?
Okay, according to my understanding, men often prioritize on qualities like honesty, and person who is honest, respect, compatibility, and a person who is trustworthy. Yeah.
Something you can add on that, our sister?
Okay, so maybe sometimes being truthful,
Yes.
we can look at some people have their physical traits, but for the physical traits, these are things that change with time. They change with age and change with, like, just over time. When you look at the other aspects, like how responsible is this person? Because if you're dating with purpose, this person, if it ends up in marriage, this person should be able to take responsibility, not just for their actions, for their words and everything. How responsible is that person? That is one thing that you should consider. Their honesty and their values. Even religion plays a huge role, because sometimes if I am raised in a particular religion or a particular denomination, my values and the values of someone else may not necessarily be the same. So religion also plays a big role, especially if, for example, it ends up in marriage and your kids come along. How are you going to raise those kids? How are you going to do things? You see, in as much as we consider the physical aspects, we should also consider, just like my sister had said, conflict resolution. How does this person handle conflicts? Is this person someone who can, let's say when they are wrong, they can acknowledge that, yes, I've made a mistake here, I am sorry. Are they able to take accountability of their mistakes and say, yes, I made up a mistake here, I am sorry? And another thing, how they handle conflicts also plays a huge role, because let me give an example. We have two major conflict resolution styles. We have the anxious and the avoidant. For people like with the anxious personality trait, whenever a conflict arises, they tend to overthink, they tend to overanalyze, so they want to deal with that conflict there and then. And on the other opposite, we have the avoidant. When there are issues, they withdraw. They don't want to talk about it, they just like pull back. For example, if you find yourself in a situation where one is an avoidant and the other one is an anxious attachment, how are you going to work through those issues? These are some of the things that you should consider before, like, when choosing a partner or when getting to being serious with a person.
Okay. Now, that one brings me to this question that I find it interesting, and I believe some of you have encountered such scenarios, but I just want to explain deeper about it. And it's a question that I pose to my sister Sylvia. during dating, you know, there are these kind of you call it red flags, but sometimes people do overlook. So what are these things like red flag that you see and you overlook, and then in future kuna vile na kuharibia tu relationship? Because I wish I knew this thing earlier, ama I saw it but ningeitatua hapo mapema, singe end up kwa hii situation. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for the question. Mimi chenye nitasema regarding that ni what my sisters have just said. Unaona, like, you don't match the values with somebody, that's a red flag. If your basics or those conflicts resolution manners are not adding up, or they are not the same, hiyo bado tu ni red flag. Like, according to me, the way I can define a red flag ni like kitu mtu anafanya na unaona it may not change in future, because there are some things that, okay, maybe you don't love ugali, I love ugali, that one you can talk about and solve, but the way we handle our issues, utapata mwingine ako very bad in handling issues. Kitu kidogo ashaleta vita, kitu kidogo ashakukasirikia. Mkiketi chini muongee and maybe the person doesn't change, that is a red flag.
That's a red flag. What's a red flag to you, my brother? Like, in a relationship, ni nini tu unaona dem akifanya unaona hii ni red flag, nisipojichunga ni kama nitaacho kwa mataa?
So, you know, to men it's very funny because they usually say that men love what they see and the ladies love what they hear. So the men, most of the red flags come with what they see. So, you know, they usually also say that everyone has his own taste. So now, that's where some of the men take out their red flags. Some will say, oh, I don't want her because of this and that. But it depends with a particular person. But also to go deep with those who are intentional and emotional with them, many people will also consider the mindset, okay, the level of education of a certain person. So that one also comes in part of considering whether you're giving someone a red flag or you're giving him a tick.
Those are some of the red flags that we intend to see and sometimes we avoid. But for anyone that is dating, whenever you see there is this kind of red flag that you unaona itakupatia stress, kindly, if something that you can discuss about it, just feel free and discuss. You know, sometimes I wonder, back then when we used to do our dating, there's this point you have a crush on someone, kuna that vibing mnakuwa nayo, mna flirt night, the late night calls, the text here and there, and then when this person anakuwa now your person, sasa ashakubali your vibes, hii communication inaanza kurudi nyuma. Does that sound like mtu communication imerudi chini, mbona kitambo hivi na hivi, ama how do you take that? According to me, I wonder, sahi tunaweza vibe na mtu, you see, pige na story paka saa 8 saa 9 and it is okay, bado uko that inaitwa ni soothing process, mna vibe naye, but the moment huyu dem ashaingia box yako, vitu zinaanza kuchange. Is it some of the red flags pia, ama how does it happen? Maybe these one, the ladies will be in a position now to help us understand. Juu for men tunaona si after all nilisha muwin, so communication is down kidogo, ajue niko busy nini na nini. Ebu try to help us understand that.
Okay, first I'll start by saying that naturally in any relationship kuna that honeymoon phase, yes, where you all lovey-dovey, with calls and all that, which naturally over time will wear down, but the communication should not stop. Like if I go, let's say you're my person, yes, and we go 3 days without talking, that doesn't make sense, you see. But I need to understand at the end of the day, in as much as maybe before we will talk like 10, 12 hours a day. Yes. Now we also have lives to live. You have your own thing you're doing, I have my thing we're doing. Like, I should not lose my individuality just because we're in a relationship. But that doesn't mean I'll be comfortable with you not talking to me. Because at the end of the day, just like our brother had said, ladies, we get sworn by what we hear. I'll still need to hear that I'm beautiful, I'm the one you want and all that. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you stop communicating, but inevitably the communication kuna venye itapungua, and that is not a problem. but also communicating, like understanding your partner, because what works for me may not work for someone else. Understanding your partner in that aspect, maybe my partner, if I call her in the morning and I call her in the evening, that is okay. For someone, if I call her in the evening and we talk, that is okay. But someone will need like constant reassurance every 2-3 hours, even just a text. So it goes down to understanding your person, what works and what doesn't work for that person.
Now, that one brings me to at this point that I say setting boundaries. I understand tukianza that process ya kukatia dem, kuna zile boundaries sisi tunaruka, hatuendani nazo. Kuna zile like najua nimechoka lakini I have to sacrifice. Dem ama boy aone mimi niko pale. Like akitaka attention mimi nampa attention. But sasa mkianza kudate tunapata unataka kuweka your own boundaries. So that one brings to this question of if I may ask, how early should you talk about setting boundaries? Kama manza kudate, how early? To meet week 1, week 2, week 3, maybe a month. After a month, do you think that's the right time now to set boundaries? Am everything flow iende inaenda according to it?
So as Shalom has said,
yes,
about that issue of setting the boundaries, you see, when you understand your partner, I believe you'll also know the boundaries that you're supposed to put or the boundaries that you're supposed to set, because you understand him or her. Now you know what is expected of you to do in a relationship to enable it to stay strong and not to fade away. So it's just about understanding each other, and you'll get to know the boundaries.
Maybe our sister, just to this issue about boundaries and communication during dating, how do you handle it? What's the right time for you to set these boundaries?
Well, thank you for that.
Sometimes I understand, sorry. Sometimes I understand hii time ya mapenzi, it carries us out. So hata mtu set boundaries, we don't follow them. Tunaona kama anataka kujitenga kiasi.
Me personally, I think the boundaries should be set as early as we start.
As early as
we start. Personally, and this is very personal, I don't know about the others, this is not their take, it's my take.
Wow.
I think during the first date, if there will be something like a date or the first time that you're talking, we should set our standards, because I think it has idea, ndio ujue the kind of a person that you're dealing with. As early as possible, that's my answer.
Wow. As early as possible.
And when giving the values or the things that you want, I love them zipeanwe the first day, and when you're giving them out, let's just be candid, be very true about what you want and about what you don't want. Ndio kama huyu anataka kuingia, you know what you're signing in for.
According to our sister, setting boundaries is something that has to be done the very first day that you guys start interacting and feel like you wanna be a vibe. Now I don't know, according to my boys, if they are free to set that boundaries the very first time. Unajua hii ni ile time boy amejituma yake yote, amekopa, apeleke dem out, dem anamwambia unajua kuna boundaries I need to set. Wewe kama kijana in that period, wewe meet dem anakusetia boundaries. Hakuna kwenda kuhang out penye watu wako, hakuna indoors. How do you handle such?
No,
like are you free maybe to set your boundaries the very first time ile mna meet nini na nini, and how strict will you follow the boundaries? Itafika point hizi boundaries useme after all pale wabunge wanasema hao ndo wanatunga sheria na hao ndo wanaharibu sheria. So what's your take on that?
Okay, for me, my take, mimi naona iko 250, like set boundaries ile the first time ndio like umjue apendangi anapenda this.
So iko tu sawa, it's a draw.
Yeah.
So we all agree that setting boundaries is something that has to be done at the very first stage. Ndio uone if utakuwa kwa hiyo relationship ama utaiondokea. Just say it.
So if you set the boundaries in the beginning of the relationship,
yes.
That's going to help you, because as you will continue being together, you will continue also knowing each other more better. Because you see, especially this happens to men, you see, when the relationship starts, you see, when you umesema tu mtu anaenda anakopa hata do akiitishwa ama anafanya nini just to make the girl happy or the woman happy, you see. And for you, the girl should understand your financial ability. She should understand that I'm capable in this capacity, and in this way I can't also help you. So when you set boundaries, it will also help you to understand each other before you go too much far. Yeah.
Maybe these boundaries, are they physical or emotional boundaries to those that are into dating? So that we help our viewers also to understand this thing tunasema boundaries ni kitu gani. Ni zile tu emotional ama ni physical? Kuna wale watu mkidate hawataki the physical boundaries, wanataki emotional, any whichever that comes. Wewe unaiona kivipi? Hii boundaries ni physical ama emotional ama zote lazima zikuwe sawa?
I think sa kwa hii relationship siingi physical niache emotional.
Unaingia
siingi emotional niache physical. So I think to set standards, like, or to set boundaries kwa each and every aspect, each and every possible aspect. Na hiyo venye tu anasema hiyo itakusaidia hata utadiscover red flags za mtu. Juu hapa mkiset hizi standards, kuna mtu atasema kitu na ukue like we hapa sitawezana na wewe, na itakuwa early enough to call off things. Kama unaona zitaweza, ni just call off things, but we should set them kila place, ndio like all around, as much as kila mtu venye maybe your personality, what you love, what you don't love, what you like, what you don't like, zote emotionally, physically, spiritually. Ndio hapo kwa spiritually pia faith zetu ziko aje.
And that one is a critical area that we'll talk about it. So just pause for that point, ya spiritual tutaingilia hapo. For our viewers out there, I believe you are enjoying this conversation. This is a conversation that helps people out there to grow in whatever they're doing when it comes to dating. We'd like to take a commercial break, then we'll come back for more explanation on this. Stay tuned, don't go too far.
Join us for Coffee Convo, your weekly dose of engaging discussions over a warm cup of coffee. Every Friday at 8 p.m., we dive into thought-provoking topics, share personal stories, and have fun, meaningful conversations with special guests. Whether you're a coffee lover or just enjoy a good chat, this is the perfect place to unwind and connect. Grab your favorite brew, tune in, and let's talk. Coffee Convo, where every sip sparks a new conversation.
Pull up a chair, grab your favorite brew, and join the realest youth talk show around. Coffee Convo is your space to speak up, dive deep, and vibe out with bold, brilliant minds like yours. From culture and creativity to mental health, relationships, and world issues. No topics off the table. Every episode is raw, real, and inspiring. Tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. Coffee Convo, where every sip sparks a new conversation.
Welcome back to our talk show. Remember, we are having a discussion about dating with a purpose. And we have just tried to analyze some of the critical areas, some of the parts that people tend to assume when they are dating. But I believe as we are going on with this conversation, you are in a position to get yourself somewhere after all that has happened. So feel free to send in your comments, send in your messages. We'll have a recap on them. We'll give you feedbacks depending on the question that you have sent. Remember, this group of dating with a purpose, I just want to pose this question to all of us. What does a healthy relationship mean to you that who is dating? Maybe I take the first answer from my sister, Shalom. A healthy relationship, what does it mean?
Okay, describing what a healthy relationship is. In a relationship should not drain you. for a healthy relationship, it is a relationship where there should be emotional stability. You're not losing yourself, because when you're dating someone, in as much as you two are becoming one, there's also that pact of individuality. Like you as an individual, you need to have that autonomy, because a healthy relationship should not, a relationship, in as much as there are ups and downs in a relationship should not be full of stress each and every time, because that is draining for you. You should be able to grow in your relationship, not just like, if I am dating, let's say, person X, the day I met this person should not be the same way, like maybe after a month, a year of us dating. I should be able to grow as an individual. I should be able to know that for me as a person, this relationship is not draining the life out of me, because sometimes this especially happens for the girls. You get someone, you date someone, your life is so intertwined in their lives, and then you lose yourself, because if, let's say, that relationship ends one day, you find yourself that you're not in a position to stand on your feet. It's like your world has crumbled beneath your legs. You don't know where to start from, because all this, your life was so much, or you could not identify yourself as a person, because let's say I am dating a person called so and so. I cannot express myself as Shalom. Everything I do, I am Shalom, so and so's girlfriend. I have to, you see, like all those, like you can't make a decision on your own. You can't, there's no individuality. So that a healthy relationship, in conclusion, what I can say, should not drain the life out of you, should not be too stressful. In as much as relationships have their ups and downs, you should be at your most peaceful with your person. It's not like, if I'm dating so and so, if I see their calls, because there's a you see, like seeing their call gives me pressure, ama inafanya naogopa. That is not a definition
so
of
relationship inakuwa kwetu mkwe free nyi wote, muta si tense na manini, mkwe tu free, mkwe level munaelewana.
Okay. Like I should be happy to talk to my person. I should be happy when I see a text or a call from my person. Isikuwe ni kama ni burden.
That relationship inakupatia peace. Now where you find peace, you call it home. So maybe to our gentleman, what's a healthy relationship as per you?
Okay, as for me, yes, healthy relationship is characterized by mutual respect, open communication. When I talk about open communication, like uko free kuambia demu yako uko na shida fulani na fulani. So like madam squeeze, like
sema ikutoke.
Okay, like
sema ikutoke.
Okay, for example, boy anaweza kuwa ameishiwa na do.
Yes. And that's the biggest challenge boys nowadays wana face. Hana do, haezi ongea demu yake ukweli, juu ana feel demu yake ni kama tamwata downgrade.
So, ameishiwa na do. Na dem, okay, dem anaweza kuwa nayo, lakini boy anaogopa
kuomba dem.
Kuomba dem, juu dem anasema, "Wewe, kwani boy mgani huyu?"
Ana do.
Na unajua mademu anasema they need gentlemen. Gentlemen, and they say gentlemen msemo yako na do. So men hapo ndo wanapitianga shida. So for me there should be an open communication. Yeah,
open communication. Unajua hiyo part yako ya ladies wanataka gentlemen wenye kona do nini na nini, ni kumaanisha mindset ya dem saizi iko after do.
Okay, nowadays.
Nowadays. There's a real scenario.
Yeah, because
wako after do.
Yeah.
Hawataki tu ni do. Kama hauna mfuko,
no, si wote
but
si wote. Lakini kuna wale
out of 10, 7
oh my God, yeah,
ni pesa.
Alright.
Kama una pesa wewe sura luku kana huko. Okay. Kama una
I plead to interject.
Okay. Jesus is actually come. Okay, Paul atuwaingilie madem sana, but we are just going with the reality. Sema ikutoke.
Feel free. Hapo ndo tulisema tukianza hapo kwa kuset, hapo kwa kuongelelea standards.
Setting the boundaries.
Ndio nilisema kuset boundaries. Tuongee tu pale asubuhi. Ndio kama mimi napenda pesa, nikuambie mapema. And that's why I said, if you can recall, tukiset hizi standards, let's be raw and candid. Let's be very candid tukiongea. Kama mimi napenda pesa, sio siri mimi naye napenda pesa. Nikwambie kijana, my brother, mimi napenda pesa. Sio kama una pesa, wewe tena uniambie mimi sipendi mtu mwenye ako na pesa. Ama useme tu kama venye Arnold alisema, mimi kama unapenda pesa zenye mimi naweza afford ni 30. Mimi niko tu na 30. Sasa ndio mimi niseme kama nitatosheleza na hiyo 30 ama niendelee kutafuta. So hapo kwa kusema wasichana wanapenda pesa, hawapendi pesa, hata mimi napenda pesa.
Hata mwanaume anapenda pesa.
Mbona mnaamka asubuhi juu mnampendi pesa?
Amenipata vibaya.
Amekupata aje?
Yeah, like unajua amechukulia na different perspective. So for me like kupenda do like unajua okay like tunajua how to take care of girls. Ndio.
Ladies. Ngao ni jina nzuri ta ladies. Unajua girls ni watoto.
Okay, ladies.
Yes.
Okay. So like mademu anapenda nini? Ladies upenda out. Ndio. Ya unampeleka mara kadhaa dates nje. Avae vizuri. Nywele
sisi chakae.
Yes. So like sasa kuna zile zingine every now and then
zile za 2K urgently. 2K urgently iko tu from now ya 2K urgently.
Yeah. So ndio maana tumesema dating with a purpose. Ndio maana haifai kukaa ya watoto. So unaweza pata mzee ako na kazi, mmoja ako na kazi. Ama mko kwa institution tuseme university, na wewe kwa university. So mkimaliza mnajua tu mzee akimaliza ni nurse, wewe akimaliza ni lawyer. So si ndio? So unajua at least atakuwa na kipato. Yeah.
Sasa naona debate imekuja narrow down ladies na pesa hivi namna hii. Is it true ladies wanapenda do? According to you, is it true? Of course men wanapenda do pia.
Okay, I feel like focusing on that aspect of ladies liking money, it's like how gents also like beautiful ladies.
Aye. Unadia your party. Hatuko expect you.
The same way we are expecting, or rather we are bringing out or shunning out, or not shunning, but rather pointing out that ladies like money. It's also the same way that guys like beautiful ladies. The same way that you approached me with the aspect of dating. You looked at my physical attributes. That's what you saw first. That's what attracted you first. So in the same way that you found me that way, you have to maintain me at that level. Wow. Or not.
Wow.
You have to build me from that level. You can't leave me there.
It's getting hotter. It's the city getting hotter.
So what do you bring to the table?
Exactly.
But you see,
okay, let us hear from our brother. But you see what?
On that perspective, you say the way I found is the way I should.
Yes, maintain you.
But you know also, maybe if you're a student, maybe in the campus, and you are dating maybe
actually, unaona age tumeka ni ya watu wako campus.
Yeah, true.
25, 18 watu wako campus.
And so I believe if you want me to maintain you the way you are, for you to be in that level, you have a parent or a guardian who was keeping you at that level. So it's not that when you are dating now you want to give me your responsibility. No. For me, it's just maybe giving you some little money for appreciation. You see, hey, I'm telling you, maybe go and make your hair or something small. Lakini see it. Now you're coming fully. You're dating me because you see.
You know, unajua just a minute. Unajua kwa hiyo point yako unasema. We ladies tend to believe, or okay, in nature, a man is a provider. So wewe kama mwanaume ukiwa na dem, you have to provide. Whether ameuliza ama hajauliza, you have to provide. Na tumeka situation ya unampatia pesa, au utaona ni kama hiyo pesa kidogo.
But you see also, I will give this advice. Of course, for the ladies, I know they cannot date someone who is a financial decrot, because they will also go for someone who they see at least, even if it's not in a better place, akona uwezo ya at least for an upkeep, sindio?
Analala na change.
Lakini sasa you don't come in a relationship with that mindset of you're coming there because of money. You're going into that relationship so because you know the bond that is placing you both together, but that aspect of money comes later, just for giving up an upkeep ile ya kumaintain. Lakini you don't come in with that.
And I think that's one of the point when our sister Sylvia amesema, when dating, what are you bringing on the table? Hadi ukishajua the values unaleta kwa meza, ni rahisi sana. Yes, you have something to say.
Okay, I really want to interject.
Okay.
We are basing this conversation on Christianity, sindio? And we are all Christian girls. Guys, we don't want Bentleys, we don't want Ferrari, we don't want iPhone 16.
What do you want?
You know, it's the small things that matter. Guys, atutaki
ka surprise kadogo tu.
Atutaki iPhone 16, atutakangi ati hata vitu. We are very easy to understand because I believe as girls, It's imagine those small things. Just take me out. Hata tukule hata chipo. Imagine I'll be very grateful because it's not about what you bring, rather it's the effort. You know, even if hata ukinibuy a ice pop ya 15 bob.
Would appreciate.
Na ni effort. I'll just appreciate. Okay, that will not work if you're pale tu kwa zile nini tuliset standards zenye tuliset. Sasa hapo ndo utajua kama huyu ni wa Bentley. Kama una Bentley weondoke. Kama una Ferrari, kama una iPhone 16 weondoke. But it's about the efforts. I think we girls just look at the efforts. That's why utapata this a bit deeper. Utapata msichana ameacha kijana akona pesa. Pesa kabisa. Hivi pesa mingi. Ameendea tu mwingine hapo. Ameendea tu hapo katikati tu. Because like there is that authentic thing yenye anatafuta. Just efforts. It's not a lot, just efforts. That's all you want.
So,
yeah. Okay, sorry. Maybe to add on what she's saying, like venye amesema, it's the thought that counts. For example, I know your capacity. Yes. Like it goes back to understanding your person. If your capacity is you giving me 10,000, and then ukinipea 100 nitafeel lakini sa. But kama mtu mwenye, no, listen to me.
Yes.
But sasa kuna mtu mwenye I know aki huyu akitoka hivi aniletee ringozi ya 10 bob aki na ame sacrifice you, I'll appreciate so much more your ringozi ya 10 bob ameniletea than someone giving me 1,000 na najua huyu anaweza nipatia maybe 10,000 20,000. So it comes down to knowing that person. It's the thought that counts. Meaning umetembea umepatana na maboyu ama umepatana na something. For others ni kitu kidogo, but since I know my person, najua huyu capacity yake imefika hapa, I'll appreciate that so much over someone mwenye atanibaya chocolates, your gift hampers and all that, but hayuko. You see, pia it comes pia to that emotional availability. It also matters. You may be providing for me the financial bit. Wewe nikikuomba hata ungoji nikuombe. Wewe unanitu hiyo wanasema girlfriend allowance and all that, but you're not there for me. So like it cuts across. See story na dope peke yake.
Okay, as you have heard from the two.
Audible kidogo.
Okay, like kitu wanamaanisha hapo hivyo, like they need attention.
Tuambie tu wanamaanisha.
Okay, attention. Yes. They need gifts. Lakini seti. Okay, anakujua venye unakuwa na pesa gani. See like the way you look. So, yeah. Wanahitaji tu gifts, wanahitaji out. Yeah. Ufanye hivyo tu, like ukifanya hivyo tu
attention.
Kwanza sana attention.
Girls wanataka attention.
Amekutext una reply after 3 minutes, umezoea ku reply after 1 second. Ama akishatuma tu hivi ndio ushajibu. So, yeah, usipojibu si unajua kenye kitatendeka.
Kitakuramba. Kitakuramba atatafuta ule attention seeker. Mwingine mwenye ako hapo mwenye aliwana mdm kila saa.
Amtuelewi guys, amtuelewi. Imagine.
Okay, you know, wait. You know, understanding a lady, she 1+1. Ni kama kusoma dictionary. Yes. Imagine. Ladies kuna point inafika kuelewa si rahisi vile mnafikiria. But kuelewa it's the easiest thing kuelewa mwana.
It's very imagine it's easy.
It's easy to understand a lady.
Let me give you this.
Okay.
It's only like 2 or 3. Number 1, communicate.
Thank you.
Communicate.
Wait, boys, do you agree with that? For you to understand a lady, the communication.
I don't know.
For boys, men in the house, what's your take?
Okay, for me.
Hauko sure?
Okay, for me nasema hivi. Madem, okay, dem unajua wewe na mtu wako mnaelewana. Si venye mimi
but kila mtu anataka communication.
Ndio venye tutaelewana. Kuna ule yenye sema umeanza kuongea leo ndio umepatana mkapeana namba. Hiyo siku like
lazima itafuta. Hiyo ndio communication unaongelea ama unataka communication.
That is hiyo ni talking. Hiyo ni talking. Communication me as the interview communication me like okay. Mimi ni chef. Wewe ni like mimi ni chef, wewe baby una work kwa bank or stuff. Unaona like wewe ukiwa kwa bank schedule yako si tight kama mimi kwa chef. So communicate to me, uniambie mimi ni chef. So like usi expect nikikutext una reply after 3 minutes mchana kama venye ukinitext usiku nita reply immediately. That's the communication you want. Say ati venye una reply text ama nini. Talk to me. Time una feel huyuko sawa, talk to me. Time unasikia uko sawa, talk to me. That is what we call communication. Na don't like kupita kona. Kuja uniambie. Si tulishaongea na tuka agree we are in this together. Come talk to me. leo niko hivi na hivi, kesho niko hivi na hivi. That's what you call communication.
No, Obtic also reject on that. It seems that there are two different parties here. The men have their own and the ladies are also negating on their own side. They are also saying that they are attention seekers.
Of course they are. No, they are.
In a certain circumstance, you have communicated, okay, most of the time, maybe you're a teacher, you see the way teachers are being posted in different parts of the country. Now, maybe she's working somewhere. You have not yet entered into marriage. You're still dating. She's working maybe in Nairobi. You're given a transfer maybe to somewhere in Lodwar, you see. So you have communicated, Cindy, me, I'm going to work. I'll be coming maybe on Friday. And in the same time, she needs attention. And also in the same time, kuna mtu anakupiga compare hapo nyuma kwa simu. Hakumpea namba lakini aliomba tu namba kwa mtu hapo amepata tu namba. Sasa ule jamaa anampea attention mingi kukuliko. Wewe uko Lodwar uko drought huko. Umekaa huko hapa kuna mtu anampea attention. Sasa you see, you may not be able to know what they really want. That's why I concur with my friend when he said that sometimes it's really very hard to understand them. Yeah.
Okay, I wish to add something there.
Okay.
You see, when it comes to dating, the person you are dating or other girls, we usually tell you exactly what we want. It's you that you don't usually listen. Like, you can find a situation whereby this person values communication, values consistent effort, whereby you don't just show up out of the blue, like Nani said, you unatuma pesa, lakini how show up for that meeting up, for that outing and whatnot. But like, we don't feel you, you're not emotionally available. So when it comes to dating someone, you should really like listen to this person and understand them. What are these values that they value? Like for that instance where someone has been transferred to another person, if this that teacher and that lady wameelewana vizuri that they have set aside they have put aside the effort and they know that if they communicate from that long distance and also if they meet up on that Friday na your weekends and you are available and whatnot, and they use that intentional time to really connect and to foster that relationship and the connection that they have, even though there's distance during the week, then imagine it doesn't matter if someone is texting in inbox and sending text.
Okay, for me.
Okay. Tulia. Tukienda hivi, this itachukua another different.
One last thing to say. Kumana says, and let me tell you, man, nobody is busy. Nobody will be busy. If somebody loves you, nobody will be busy. Even the busiest surgeon.
If you love someone, you'll create
and let me tell you, even if you're in Lodwar and I'm in Wajir, or you're in Lodwar and I'm in Ukambani, you can just text me, tell me like, okay, uko ni Lodwar, mtina pananga nikishika network, I'll travel there jioni, mchana siwezi fika. And for now, I will not be available in. As much as I love you and as much as you love me, imagine I'll understand. That will not matter.
Okay, so just to okay, hiyo naona tutaendelea, naona it's getting a different twist, but which is okay. Remember, we're just trying to handle this area of how do you know that you are in a healthy relationship? What are some of the things that when you see from your partner, you'll be able to identify that as per now, niko kwa healthy relationship ama siko. So I've just tried to list some of the things that is in a idea one of us understand where they are and how this thing about a healthy relationship is. And just the way my sister has said that a relationship haifai could drain sana. Inafai kupatia peace of mind. You at the end of the day, ule ni mtu wako, so whatever differences mko nazo, mkiweka pamoja, you understand one another, you have a peaceful dating or a peaceful courtship. Na even ndio vile inafai kuwe. So ukipata relationship yako inakudrain, just walk out for relationship. Juu hakuna cha unafanya. Kama mweze elewana kwa hiyo relationship, then hakuna cha mnafanya. It's all good mkielewana. You put your mind together, mkifikiria I have A, we are gonna B, tukeka pamoja itakuwa C. That's how things need to move nowadays. C yule anafikiria A, umefikiria B, wewe umefikiria C, mumacha hii point katikati. You at the end of the day, nyinyi wote lazima mujinarrow down, mseme our goals ndio hii. Itasaidia kukuwa na a healthy relationship in future. Talking about that, sasa turudi kidogo now back to quiet dating with a purpose. We believe we have parents, we have guardians, tuko na church itatuona vipi, culture nini na nini. So unajua pia kupitia hii dating kuna vitu ina to limit at some point. But to help us discuss that, I pose this question. Do you feel wakati una date your parents view ni gani? Are you able maybe to show your parents? By that time uko na ID, uko 18 years, 25, uko kampo, unaona like, si mimi ni mtu mkubwa. So I can make decision, though ni personal lakini ni zangu. What's the take from parents? Kijanangu sasa amemaliza kusoma, msichana amemaliza kusoma, lakini kidogo kidogo ile chini ya maji, they know mnafanyanga lakini wanataka kuambia. What's their approach? Let me start with men. You know, ladies wana overpower men hapo. Noma sana na si mzuri. Men, wewe unaweza ambia mzae ama guardian una date, will have approach yake itakuwa gani?
Okay, the parents also understand this age. They know that's a stage in life, but in real sense, I don't believe. Okay, if you go to abroad, if you like watch those shows, you'll see the kids there. They have that audacity to tell their parents they're dating. Also, their girlfriends come visit them at their house. But here in Africa, you know, you cannot go and tell your parent or guardian that I'm dating with someone. Okay, at the end of the journey, he or she will just come and realize that, okay, my son or my daughter is dating with someone. Lakini they just have to understand that it's a stage in life, and also because you cannot tell them that you cannot tell them that you're dating, depending on the age.
Okay. Can I beg to differ a bit with my brother? Let me give my own personal example. For me, growing up with my mom, we set boundaries that when you're done with school, you date. I won't be a hindrance. And whenever I'm dating someone or whenever I'm seeing someone, I'll tell my mom. I'm seeing so and so, he does 1, 2, 3. And what my mom does, she'll want to meet this person. Ajue, who is this my daughter is? Nani huyu msichana wangu akiniambia niko na so and so, she knows who this person is. And for me, it has really helped me because whenever we have differences, because differences are inevitable in any relationship. When mtu ametoka kwao na umetoka kwenu, mmepatana hapo. So like when we have differences, I get to get that perspective yenye for she's mature. Hizi ni vitu ameona, hizi ni vitu ameshapitia. I get to get your perspective ya mzazi yenye conflict, what do you do? Ama hapa nayo ulikuwa na makosa ama hukuwa na makosa. So personally, family plays a huge role, and it's everyone's dream nenye your partner gets along with your family, because your family will always be there. That is, you didn't choose them, but they've always been there, they'll always be there. And then for your partner, this is someone you want to build a future with. So it is, everyone wants that peace yenye your family and your person has. So for me, I would say like family plays a huge role in dating, in shaping who you are and your values.
Okay, I may agree with you on that perspective, but it also comes with differentiality, because you also have to understand your own parents. You see, each and every one of us, we have different parents. There's that harsh parent you cannot tell that, and there are those who you cannot tell, okay, after completion of school, you go date, I won't have problem with you, but there are some who will just understand. Na kuna wale watanyamaza wanangoja tu you just hit the nail, and they are also
hapo ndio kinaumana.
Yeah, so it's also differentiality in the parenthood.
So unasema parents and their children have to have a mutual agreement amongst themselves before someone decides to date. Kuna wale wanaweza approach wazazi wako na wako sawa. Kuna wale wenye wanasema kidogo bado maneno bado. Nimekusomesha, nataka upate kazi, uanze kunilipa kwanza ndio nisikie uanze story ya kudate. It happens, some of parents it happens. Sio wale wako very free na watoto wao wakisikia story na kudate na nini. Na hapo tunapata sometime most of the children sababu ya ile uoga wanafanya vitu sirini. Lakini kumbuka ile unafanya sirini mwisho itajulikana wazi. Nakumbuka kuna wakati niliambia watu, wakati mnachumbiana kuna ile tendo mnapenda kufanya, tendo la ngono. Lile tendo la ngono mnafanya sirini, gizani, watu wawili, wewe na mtu wako. Lakini bahati mbaya huyu dada ambaye umeshiriki naye tendo la ngono apate ujauzito na upate familia hujaiarifu. So vile nilikuwa nikisema ni iwapo wewe na mzazi wako hamna ile ushirikiano ya kuwa na uwazi na pengine kuja ufanye tendo ambalo mwishowe itakuwa kinyume na matarajio yake, kutakuwa ni ile mvutano. Yaani kwa hitimisho tu ni kuwa wewe na mzazi wako jaribu mweka uhusiano wa karibu. Msijitenge to a point yenye humwambii chenye kinaendelea. Yeye ni binadamu na kuna wakati pia yeye alikuwa kwa ile stage. So ni vizuri tu mkue mnajaribu kukua part of it. Ama nyinyi mnasema namna gani? Ni vizuri tu wazazi na watoto wao like wakue a team. So that ukiwa na shida yoyote watakuja waambie wazazi na watele. Najua ni ngumu kwa wale wazazi wengine mwaso the fathers. Najua sijui fathers wanakuanga na shida moja, lakini Mungu atusaidie tu with the fathers understanding your level. Sometimes ni inakuanga tricky. So maybe nikijaribu kuulizia what is the biggest myth kwa culture sasa ambayo umaisikia kwa miaka hapo nyuma? The biggest myth at your stage umesikia wakati watu wana date.
Like needs ni vitu zenye tuna believe in but haziko. Ni kitu tu tumewekewa but it doesn't exist.
Exactly. Sasa mmepata hiyo point.
So hizi needs ni mingi na kusema hakuna tutakuwa tunadanganyana. The truth is these needs exist. Na sasa sisi kwetu, I believe in this generation tuko empowered, tuko enlightened. Sasa kama hizi vitu zetu za Gen Z, we are fearless, we are leaderless, we are tribeless, like Gen Z ni Gen Z, regardless ni wa Nyanza, regardless ni wa Central. But sasa wengine wetu, apart from wengine wenye tu tumesema wazazi ni different, kuna wenye mnaongea, kuna wenye mungi, kuna wengine wetu, wazazi wetu wameshikilia culture sana. Wameshikilia culture sana. Na hizo myths ndizo wanatembea nazo. Na itakuwa tu ngumu kwa hapo kwa dating with a purpose itakuwa ngumu kwao. Cause kama mzazi wangu amehold, siwezi like tribe yetu haiwezi, they use the name tribe, exactly. Which is very bad because that is tribalism. Tribe yetu ama community yetu na community ingine haziwezi shikana. Unajua bado I need the blessing of my parents. I need to tell them because bado mimi ni responsibility and it is respect, honor your father and mother. So I'll need to go back and get back to them. So inakuwa ni ngumu. Like okay, tuseme mimi nimepatana na mtu hiyo community yenye hawataki because right now we are saved, we are all born again hapa. Na tunajua like kwa Kristo hakuna Mluya, hakuna Mkamba, hakuna nini. So itakuwa ngumu kwenda kuconvince wazazi wako. So that narrows down to mwenye Shalom amesema relationship yako na mzazi wako. But I think I've never been there, but I think sio rahisi because kama mzazi amesimama na ile ya nini, ile utamaduni na maybe wewe uko ushaingia Christianity ama hata wengine hata sio utamaduni tu. Kuna wazazi wengine wako against Christianity juu kwa kabila zingine ama kwa community zingine like kuozwa kwetu ina require a lot of very traditional things, vitu za ndani, culture ingine tu mingi sana yenye sisi kama Christians hatuta-embrace. Na tuseme sasa partner mwenye nimepata, me being a girl, the man mwenye nimepata, number 1 ni wa this other culture, number 2 ni wa Christianity. So like for example, let me give an example with my culture. Sasa kama mimi nikitaka kuolewa, kwetu lazima kuletwe pombe. Juu sisi like wasichana wetu wanaozwa kwa pombe na mbuzi. So lazima wataitishwa pombe. Na tuseme sasa kwa kina bwana yangu na kwa kina na hata kulingana na mimi we are Christians, pombe count. So nina itakuwa ngumu kuconvince mzae hakuna pombe yenye italetwa. Na yeye mzae lazima atakasirika juu I've waited for all this long mimi nikunywe pombe ya mtoto wangu na itakuja. So ni kitu ngumu, complicated sana. So lazima 1 ukuwe na wisdom ya God, 2 maombi mingi sana ndo aweze kusoften hearts za wale. Na at times mimi naonanga kuna times inakataanga hizo mambo zote. So you just take it as it comes. Uzuri with time wanakujanga kuelewa. As much as ilikuwa kitu poa watakuja tu kuelewa, but it's very difficult.
So tukiachana na hiyo ya myth na tradition, tukuje now the Christianity way version of it. Wewe una feel maybe faith na family ama culture zimekushapen aje kwa hii point ya kudate? Being kuona sisi wote ni Christian, familia yetu imekuwa ya Kristo nini inakushapen aje to approach mambo na kudate. Maybe our sister can help us elaborate on that, ama our brother.
Okay. I can elaborate on that, how my faith has impacted how I approach dating. One way it has done that is approaching dating with the intention to marry. In that when someone is approaching me, or rather when I am faced with a potential partner whom I'm considering to date, if on that one intention of why we are dating we don't align, then I save them there. So it also helps in that I don't just date anyone, or rather I don't just go into dating for fun. I at least narrow down to what is the intention of why we are dating. Is this meaningful? Are we aligned? Are we compatible in spirituality? What are the fact that you are a Catholic and I am of a different denomination of deliverance, will that be an issue going forward? So it also helps in that aspect that certain things which normally I would not look at if I was not of this faith, I consider them. Yeah.
Maybe gentleman, kwa hiyo tu point ya faith, family, culture, imekushapen aje wakati unataka kuanza kuchumbiana? Unajua kuna ile maadili ambayo uko nayo.
Okay, for me, nasema hivi tu like hapo mambo na culture, na faith. Okay, for me faith sichukulii sana cause okay, naweza sema hivi, unaweza pata dem, okay, like 2 years ago mmepatana kanisani, lakini 2 years ago alikuwa
clubbing.
And then amekuja sasa ameingia praise team. Ameamua kutubu sasa kuokoka.
Amesurrender kila kitu.
So for me like naonanga tu like lazima uchunguze mtu kwanza, tujue like alikuanga aje, life yake venye amekuanga. Akwe free to share, aseme nilikuwa hivi na hivi nikokoka. Yeah, na culture siku hizi like imepotea kiasi tu tuseme.
According to the new revelation culture, hiyo kidogo hawaitilie mkazo kama zile vizazi vya enzi.
Hawaitilie mkazo sana.
But hatufai tuseme hivyo juu kuna kule zinatiliwa mkazo.
Kuna wale wanasema watilie mkazo, lakini kuna wale. Sasa maybe hiyo mkazo ni ile wakati sasa umeamua wewe na mtu wako. Ile papa sasa mshaweka wazi. Hapo ndipo sasa lazima mtaanza kujifunza ile itikadi na tamaduni. Lazima kijana au mvulana ajue mila za msichana, au msichana ajue mila za kijana. Isije tu ikawa ni ile kushtukiza kwa kuna msichana nimepata huko ndo center ya kupika ile kitu. Anze. So vitu kama hizo culture itaingilia, lakini wote wakiwa sasa na lengo moja. Tunataka tuoane. Sasa ile kwenda kujua wazee nini ndio nafungua ule ukurasa wa kusoma vitu vingi. Si namna hiyo? Naona tunaendelea vizuri, though muda wetu kidogo hautaturuhusu tuende sana. So maybe tule jambo la mwisho ambalo ungependa kuelezea mtu all about if dating with a purpose. What do they need to consider from this discussion? Hii kila mtu nitampatia 1 minute each, atupatie their closing feedback kwa hii discussion. Also tusaidie wale wenye wanatazama. As they always say, ladies first. So we'll start with my since unamwongea wa mwisho, so I'll give my sister on the right your closing remark.
Okay, my closing remark is always ensure that you don't overlook those early red flags, and especially the main one is if they don't support your personal goals and your personal development, if they don't allow you to experience life on your own. Professor Shalom had said you should not lose your individuality just because you're in a relationship. If you feel they don't want you to go out with your friends, if you feel they don't want, if they express that they don't want you to maybe go study in another area, if they don't want you to go take that job in another area, if they don't even want you to go abroad, if that opportunity opens up for you, please don't let that relationship limit you. You should be able to grow individually and also as a partnership. So if that partnership is not fostering your own self-development, then it is obviously not working for you. So don't lose individuality. That's what my closing remark is.
That's a wonderful closing remark. My able sister.
Okay, so what I can close by is, I'll start by saying is, know what you want. It comes down to knowing what you want. What, like, your limits, your boundaries. Know that I can take, like, hii na hii, nayo naweza vumilia. This and this I can also, like, by knowing what you want, you can use all red flags, you can jua mapema and all that. And just like she said, don't lose your individuality. There's so many factors that come in when it comes to your relationship. There will be ups and downs, but a relationship should not be draining you. A relationship should be your peace. It should be your happy place. It should be your home. And if you feel like this is not what this relationship is giving, it's always good to walk out. Never fear starting over, because most people, people can fear, I've been with this person for 3, 4, 5 years. How can I start over? And then fear that pressure that, like, time is going, I need to get married. But never fear starting over, because at the end of the day, those 3 years, they can seem like many. Those 5 years can seem like many. Ni miaka mingi mmekuwa na person, but they're not enough for you to live the rest of your life miserable. Because here we are talking about dating with purpose. Dating with purpose ends with marriage. The 3 years you've spent with this person, inaweza kuwa ni mingi, yes, but you have the rest of your life. And if things are not working, always choose yourself. Your peace of mind comes first, because when those conflicts arise, it will come back to you. Everyone else may leave, but you'll always have yourself. That there's nothing wrong, there's nothing as bad as, like, you, that guilt, like, like your mind being your own enemy. People, you can shut out the outside noise, but when your mind is your own enemy, it's really bad. So, like, choose your peace, choose yourself, and move forward with caution. That will be my closing remark.
Thank you for that. Our sister.
Oh, my parting shot would be like, let's analyze those red flags. Let's listen to ourselves. Let's trust our instincts, because our instincts will never fail us. And the last thing is, let's draw from the source, because we may listen to our instincts, we may evaluate, we may use our wisdom, but without the wisdom of the Lord, all will be in vain. So in all the decisions that you made, if you want to start a relationship, if you are in a relationship, if you want to start dating, just pray and ask the Lord for guidance, because He will definitely guide you in the truth. At times the instructions may be hard, but just draw from the source. That's what I'll say.
Wow. And now to the gentleman in the house.
Yeah.
You are parting short.
Okay, as Shalom had said, I just wish to second what she said. Okay, understand what you want in the relationship, identify the red flags, and before the relationship goes too much in deeper, know where you will end up in. So if you think you want to end up being in a good relationship with a person, just ensure that it terminates before it gets too far. So that's all I have for today.
Understand what you want
In the relationship.
in the relationship. Finally, Mr. Man.
Okay, for me, I concur with Arnold. Know what you want in life. Imagine Obtic,
Yes.
dating with someone like 10 years, and then you end up not marrying each other. It will be so sad. So identify the red flags, and you know what you'll end up knowing what your partner wants in life and what you want.
So the key point is just understand whatever you want. Yeah. Before you do anything constructive, just to make sure you have a better understanding. Before you go deeper, to have to invest your feelings in them, you just need to understand. Wow, that's a powerful session that we had. How do you feel, you guys? How do you feel? How was the conversation? How do you feel more relieved?
Yes.
You feel more relieved. Do you wish us to embark on such a discussion again when you have time?
Absolutely.
Now the part 2 of this one?
Yes.
Wow. We should revisit that.
Yes.
Wow. To our viewers out there, I believe that tonight it has really helped you understand something. I believe this team that has been with me in studio has really helped you to understand the various aspects that sometimes we overlook, that sometimes we see and don't put into consideration. Remember, the purpose why you are dating. Don't date for fun. You know, right now, you may not know whatever you want, but whenever you set your mind with the aim of dating, it may lead into marriage. It may lead also into a strong relationship that it will in future bring something forth on the table. From our end, Prime GTV, we want to thank you, our viewer, that took time to join us and listen to this conversation. We believe that you have learned something, and we believe that it will help you. Remember, every Friday here at Prime GTV, we're having a coffee convo. Remember, it's a discussion that we elaborate various topics. We come up with topics that help people to understand our day-to-day activity. I've been your host, Obtic Salongo. See you next Friday for another topic. Stay blessed. Goodbye.
Pull up a chair, grab your favorite brew, and join the realest youth talk show around. Coffee Convo is your space to speak up, dive deep, and vibe out with bold, brilliant minds like yours. From culture and creativity to mental health, relationships, and world issues. No topics off the table. Every episode is raw, real, and inspiring. Tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. Coffee Convo, where every sip sparks a new conversation.